Hello, my name is Wendy Love Edge, and I'd like to welcome you to the Bulldozer Health Show. In this episode, we're on location in Leominster, Massachusetts, and my guest is Laurie MacGregor, who is going through a major health transformation for the better. Welcome to the show, Laurie.
Hi.
So, Laurie, I met you, almost 20 years ago, I think.
Absolutely.
And you were very sick.
Very, yep.
And it was really difficult for you to move around, to pursue any leisure activities, to take care of your home, all of those things.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it was very difficult.
And what's your diagnosis?
I have many, but the major ones that apply at the moment are the degenerative disease in my spine that runs the whole length of my spine and neuropathy in both legs.
Okay.
And my hips are both arthritic and my knees. I have no cartilage, so.
So you have a lot going on. And It's been like that for quite a long time.
Yep.
So then I noticed we started to communicate a little bit in the last few years, and I noticed a photo of you on Facebook, and I said, my goodness, you have made some changes. And so I asked you about it. So Can you tell me a little bit about why you decided to make changes and where you were coming from? You know, what type of treatment were you on, and why did you decide to make changes?
Well, it's been going on for about 20 years. I had a pain specialist.
Mm-hmm.
And being on Mass Health, they really don't get paid, so all they do is kind of push us Mass Health people through.
And Mass Health, for people who don't know, in other parts of the country is Medicaid.
Right, yeah, free care, Medicaid kind of thing. So for at least 15 years, I was on 5 Vicodin a day, 25 Ultram or Tramadol.
Oh my goodness.
And I was taking 2, 4, 6, 8 to 10 muscle relaxers a day.
Were you on other pharmaceutical drugs also?
Oh yeah,
those?
I had some other things that they had put me on for other reasons, and high blood pressure, and it's funny because you take this, then you got to take that, and you take this, and you got to take that, and everything has its own set of side effects.
Right, one thing kind of leads to the next.
Yeah.
So you were on
Way
a really
over-medicated.
significant amount of pain medication.
Yeah.
Or I like to say pain pills because I don't really know that it's medication. It's not really healing your body.
No,
like
it
other things
disguises the pain.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was I saw you when you were doing your video blog about the medication that you got off, and it scared me to death because your withdrawal, it was so devastating to watch. And then 2 weeks later, the change in you was so amazing. I was telling everybody, and I kept thinking, gosh, I can do this. I know I can do this. And then my grandparents and my father, I had to take care of them for 3 years, and watching them deteriorate. And it was harder for me to take care of them, but there was nobody else. So we had to do what, you do what you do for your family.
Right.
And I just made up my mind to get off the medication. And the Ultram I did cold turkey like you did. And oh my God.
It's very hard. Did you realize that you were addicted to pain drugs?
No, because the Ultram or Tramadol, they told us that was not a narcotic. That was only put under a narcotic status 2014, 2015. And I stopped taking it in 2015. But it was hell getting off that. And then I thought, oh my God. And I'm still taking the Vicodin. And so I decided to do that the right way. And I did it slow, and the first month I got down to 4, and then if I could only take 3 a day, that was great. And then if I could get down to 2 and 3, and then 1 and 2, and then 1 if you need it. Some days I do because I still have the neuropathy and the degenerative disease.
Sure, right.
And that's the only one I take because that's the one that helps me cross over so I can sleep. Right. I need to be able to sleep.
Well, and sometimes I hear from people, oh, Wendy, you think no one should take any of these pharmaceutical drugs, and that's not the case.
No.
what you did was reduce the amount and do a lot of research, it sounds
Yeah,
like.
it did.
And to figure out how to do it the right way to reduce it.
Yep.
And what would work for your body. You know.
Well, the thing they don't tell you, and I've heard so many people say it, and people don't believe it, and I do now because I went through it. The more you take, the more pain you have.
That's what I experienced.
If
For
you
sure.
start weaning off it, you realize your pain, that it starts to diminish. And the thing is because once you're taking one and that pain, your body gets used to it, they give you another one. Then your body will get used to that. And and that's how your body works. I don't take the pain medicine, or if I do, it's an occasional one Vicodin.
Right. Like you were saying for sleep.
For sleep, and I take it with a muscle relaxer because I have spasms bad from my neuropathy.
Right. And, you know, these diseases are real, and the thing is to be discerning and figure out what works for you and not overtake the drugs so that you end up with more pain and more difficulties. So tell me, did you investigate some alternative methods of help to help you with the withdrawal, to help you with a changeover to something more positive and healthy?
Absolutely. I belong to Melaleuca, the wellness company, and I started using, it's a tube of cream called Penetrate, and it's got 7 different uses for it. Like it's an antifungal, antibacterial, it has antiseptic, it has all kinds of things in it, but it's natural, and it also has tea tree oil in it. So the tea tree oil, rather than Bengay or Icy Hot or those, BioFreeze, those are topical, and you get the sensation.
Right.
That the tea tree oil in the Penetrate literally goes through your skin, through the muscles, into the joints. It'll help. Tremendous. I mean, if you have a headache, I put it on my forehead and my temples. If I get anxiety, I put it on my chest.
So you found something that really works for you.
For you can use it for many, many things, and I have so many friends that use it now.
And so do you experience any side effects with that besides reduction in pain?
Nope. No. There are no side effects to that.
That's great.
And that's something that I'm not used to because, you know, there's so many with everything else.
Right.
So
Laurie, you made some other lifestyle changes. Let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about diet, first of all.
Well, I'm borderline type 2 diabetes. So I always did really well on Weight Watchers. I do believe in Weight Watchers. And I believe in eating well, but the problem is I also have intestinal and bowel issues. So for me to eat a salad sometimes is not as good for me as it is for somebody else.
Sure.
So it really is, try it, you know, that worked, but then it may not work in a week.
Right, and you know, every body is different. I can't tell you how many times I say that.
I know.
And you have to figure out what works for you and what is healthy for you.
Yeah.
So were you able to find some things that really were helpful to reduce inflammation, help you feel better?
I eat a lot of bananas because the bananas are good for the inflammation and the cramps in my legs and my arms. Pineapple, it's good soothing my stomach.
And it's great for inflammation.
Yeah,
pineapple.
yeah. I mean, and I read a lot of articles online, and you know, there's like pomegranate and different things, but then I can't have the seeds, so I have to get the juice, and there's different things that I've tried, and I have a lot of success with it, and I like it. So, and
have you lost some weight?
I lost 84 pounds.
Congratulations. That's a great thing.
I have a ways to go yet because I was 330 pounds. And it was a vicious cycle.
How long does it take to get up to a high weight like that? You know, it's going to take...
It's taken me 20 years.
Right, so, you know, you have to give yourself a break and a lot of credit. That's amazing.
Well, when you're taking that much medication, you don't have any energy. You don't move. You're a mushroom.
Right.
You just sit there.
Right.
So, that was the other thing, is like my sister-in-law, she has got thyroid issues, and I noticed her out walking just a little bit each day. And, you know, one day would be half a mile, the next day she'd go 1.5 miles, and then the next day she'd do 3/4 of a mile, whatever she could do that day.
Right.
And
well, every day is a new day.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to increase every day. You might not feel as well for other reasons. So it sounds like you also added exercise into your routine.
Yeah, a lot. And she pushed me. She would call and say, "Okay, let's go walking." And
it's nice to have a buddy, isn't it?
Yeah. And I do truly believe the weight loss would not have happened without Tina. I couldn't have done it without Tina. She really did push me, and she was a partner, and we walked, and we did a lot. Through the winter, it's hard.
It is harder in the winter. It's so cold, and the bones get stiff, and the muscles, and it's difficult. But it sounds like you're still moving. You're doing what you can. Every day's a new day.
Listen, 51 years old, and I climbed Mount Watatic. Never climbed a mountain in my life.
Good for you.
250 pounds. I hauled my big old butt up that mountain with my niece and my nephew, and coming down was hard because I'm afraid of falling. Mm-hmm. And that sensation, I was like, oh my, what did you do? Because I kept thinking going up, well, it's tough, but you got this. Then coming down, I was like, oh, what were you thinking?
What a huge triumph. And I heard you also did some 5K.
Yeah, I did 3 5Ks. They were walks for cause.
Okay.
My friend that I worked with in the bars for years, his daughter has leukemia. So we walked for that. And I've walked for breast cancer, and the other one was for feeding children.
Nice.
And that was for the city of Leominster. They were doing
that adds some inspiration when you're doing something for a cause.
A cause,
it's for you too. Helps.
And you're determined.
And it gives you a goal. I'm going to finish this 5K.
Yep.
Or climb that mountain. Wow, you're amazing.
Well, but 2012, 2013, I went through a space where I lost weight, and I was feeling pretty okay. Then I had some other health issues, and I tanked. But I did walking strides for breast cancer. Is that what it is?
Nice.
And I did the one in Worcester. And that one there was a big one. And I forget what that was. It wasn't a 5K, it was something else.
It was longer than that.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
And that was like walking up and down the Charles. And I'm telling you, the first 2 miles I thought, I'm done. I can't do it. And then I'm like, nope. And I had taken just some little trinkets with a few people that had breast cancer, some survivors, some not. My husband David, his mom passed away from breast cancer. Sorry. And my grandmother was a survivor. And then another friend of mine, his mom just passed away, so I had a kerchief with me.
That gives you some inspiration to press on. You mentioned something in there, you said you kind of tanked a little bit. And then, and that happens. It happens on my journey. We have these issues with our body, and we've found ways.
Especially women.
Well, for anyone, really. Yeah. But really, it's having the power and strength to start over again. That's the important part. And it sounds like you're still going. You're still working at it.
I'm determined, but I'll feel better when the warmer weather comes and I can start walking again, because I really don't enjoy going to the gym. Mm-hmm. It's not the same walking on a treadmill, and I have a favorite place. I spend most of my time at the beach. We have a place up there, and there's this one walk that I really enjoy through the woods. It's a trail, and I listen to my music, and I just lose myself, and that's the one place. I mean, and if I hear that song, it takes me there. Like, I can't wait.
So we've talked about a lot of at Bulldozer Health, we say there's 4 remedies for health. Mm-hmm. Pharmaceutical review, take them when the benefit outweighs the risk.
Right.
Nutrition, exercise, and rest. And the first one is actually change your mind to the positive. So what do you think about that? How has it affected your journey? Would you say that was a factor?
It's a huge factor. I don't dump people from my life, but I've put some distance because...
I say I'll love you from a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do, but it's so hard because it doesn't take but one word from somebody at that particular moment to just knock you down. Mm-hmm. And then I just don't want to do that. I want to keep going, and I need to keep going. Last year, I was healthier, and I was going through a health scare because I had swollen lymph nodes through my whole body, and they couldn't figure out why, and I've had all kinds of tests, and I keep going for tests and more CAT scans. and they can't determine what it is. And I'm also now very anemic and low platelets. So that makes me sleepier. So this winter's been a challenge. But I know when the good weather comes that I'm going to make myself do more, because when it's nice out, you want to do more.
Sure.
But it's discouraging not knowing what's wrong with you. And the doctor kept saying, but you're losing weight, you're exercising, you're healthier now than you were 5 years ago.
So
and now we're looking for something serious. So he keeps saying, if it was cancer, you would be really sick by now. You wouldn't be getting better.
Right.
So.
Well, it'll probably come to light and resolve itself. I'm happy to hear that you're continuing with the journey and trying to stay positive, because that, for me, that was really a key element, and it continues to be. Sometimes it is really challenging, but we keep lifting up, and we have each other. There's many of us that are lifting up and making those changes.
It's true, because when I start to feel like I always check on you and see what you're doing, and you're always, I just got back from the gym. I did it. And I'm thinking, okay.
Some days it is like that,
She's not going without me. I've got to figure something out here.
Well, that's great. You're an inspiration, and I'm glad that I could provide some inspiration to you.
Thank you. You did. You have no idea.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, you're welcome anytime.
Bulldozer Health Incorporated is a 501c3 nonprofit organization and healthcare reform initiative. You can find us at bulldozerhealth.org. Take back your health, America.